Hey guys, how's it going? Today I want to speak about the subject of, is love merely physical desire, or is there more to it? Well, it's a bit of both. If you want to think of it more pessimistically, well, then you're going to say that love, and we're talking about like love, not love for family and stuff like that. We'll talk about that too. But I mean, just looking at it from a biological point of view, well, yes, it's just physical because you have to procreate and you have to be able to have your offspring so that you can successfully have a part in the future generations, so that your seed, so that your genetics get taken over into the next generation, and so that a part of you can kind of live. But that's the biological instinct. Now, on more of a thought system, a thoughtful system, philosophical system, well, there's more to it, because as human beings and as people who think, and what differentiates us supposedly from animals, even though we aren't animals, we are mammals, but at the same time we have this free will, this brain of ours that has overdeveloped and that has made us a little bit less instinctual. So we're a combination of that, and because of that, we also like to have company. We also like to have family. We like to have we have attachment. We have the urge, the need to have deeper talks, people to experience things with. And that's why definitely we can't say that the physical love for another woman, man, is just for procreation. It's more than that, because, as I mentioned, we are human beings, and as human beings, we have thoughts, deep thoughts, and we have more desires than just anything that would be purely instinctual. But that goes without saying in some way with animals too. But less so than us. They're very instinctual, but at the same time they do have some thoughts and different things. But definitely, if love was just physical, then we would be completely instinctual beings. But we don't really just do that. We do have the instinct, which is the flight or fight, which is basically, if there's danger, do we flee or do we fight? And that's our survival instinct. And I do think that there is that physical love, which is kind of our survival instinct in some way, because we know that in order to make sure that our future generation as humankind still exists in the next future, or a very distant future, through evolution and stuff like that, we have to be able to procreate. If nobody wanted to have babies, then we wouldn't have the same drives in some way. We wouldn't have, people would just be lazy, I think. But I do think that there is much more to love than just the physical aspect. It's just about having that company. And to broaden it, as I mentioned before, it doesn't just come with your significant other. It comes to the family that you have, the love that you can have for the people around you, for your friends, for the people that you respect. And even, to take it even further, it's the love for the world that we are living in and the universe that we are living in. And that's sometimes something that people tend to forget, because I do feel that we are very selfish as a humankind, and we're often looking at the instant gratification, and because of that, it's sad. We sometimes do bad things for the world and the people around us without really realizing the impact that it has. But as they say, it's the butterfly effect, and if you have a little flap of wings, can make sometimes a big difference. And it goes both ways. If you try to recycle as much as you can, if everybody on this earth did it, well, then we wouldn't have 100 million bottles per 10 minutes in the ocean, or whatever the numbers are. They're astronomical. And that's where we need to understand that love can basically, in some ways, overcome a lot of things. It can truly, in some way, if you really think about it. And that's why when you go through even immigrating into a new country and stuff like that, they usually will accept your residency or citizenship and stuff like that through love, through marriage, because I think that if you give a lot of love to people, and again, it doesn't go to just the physical, but the love for the people around you, the love for yourself, the love for the country you're in, the continent you're in, and furthermore the world you're in and the universe you're in, then you're going to eventually be able to be contagious in some way, and you'll do positivity. And that's the thing. And on the other hand, on top of that, unfortunately, it just takes small numbers of people who instigate hate, which is the reverse of love, obviously, to create a lot of damage, because especially with all the disastrous and powerful weapons that we have, we are easily able to destroy big parts of the world with just a few simple buttons or assisted devices such as bombs and whatever mechanical things we have invented through time. But yeah, definitely we do have that physical aspect to love when it comes to being in love, but I don't think that you would go very far within even the survival of your offspring if you don't have a certain type of respect for that person, and more to just that carnal want. So yeah, they do say that biologically sometimes, they do say that I've read a lot of things about it, where they say that sometimes the physical attraction, sometimes that in love period will only last 3 times, because on the biological level you want to be able to withstand a person for 3 years, and that'll give enough time to have a baby or 2 babies and start raising them together. And then after that time you want to move on to something else, because you want to at least biologically be able to procreate with someone else, with somebody that's different than the person that you were with. But anyways, that's all I have to say on the subject. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.